Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Rasta Boy TV, and it's your boy, Real Island Boy, on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all the damn same time. I gotta come with y'all with some breaking all nasty news here. So earlier this week, just not even a day or so ago, R&B star, Jason Derulo, Mr. Ex-boyfriend of Jordan Sparks. And I think he was on a judge on So You Think You Can Dance on Fox. Anyway, say he was cursed about American Airlines pilot and all this drama going on. Let me go ahead and give y'all the real tea and break it down for y'all. So Jason Derulo was going to an American Airlines flight to wherever he was going. Okay, so he arrived at the airport based on what he says 45 minutes prior to takeoff. If he travels that often, which I know he does, you can't arrive no 45 minutes prior to departure with no damn 19 plus bags to check. First of all, the cutoff time for certain flights, depending on the duration of the flight, international is different from domestic. So if you're traveling on a flight and you have all these damn bags, why not arrive at least an hour and a half plus before your flight takes off so you can make sure all your bag is checked and all your belongings is going to be on the flight when you get to your destination? So, he arrived at Miami International Airport to try to check 20 bags at no fee. So, he's bragging that he's a concierge key preferred traveler and he's permitted to check 3 bags at no charge. He was with an entourage, as always, of 7 plus people. So 7 plus himself means 8. 8 times 3 would be 24. And if he has 20 bags, he's trying to say all the bags should be for free. But if you're saying that you are the concierge key preferred traveler, who to say that your other 7 people in your entourage are? Because we know that when your celebrities are traveling, it's only y'all are the ones sitting up in first class, bodyguards and y'all rest entourages in economy plus or economy whatever. So I'm not sure why you're bragging like, oh, I'm an concierge key preferred traveler. Child by. So he claimed that he encountered a American Airlines employee who misinformed him about how many bags a key member gets. And when he tried to explain this to the employee, the employee, I guess, didn't understand and left and came back 10 minutes later, which was too late to check bags. First of all, you shouldn't be arriving 45 minutes prior to no damn departure because you don't know. Sometimes you're at the airport, the lines can be long for TSA. The lines can be long for checking in. You need to be arriving way ahead of the time to check in when you have so many damn bags. Jason Derulo, considering that you travel so damn often, right? So he was like, oh, I'm going to leave one of my guys from the entourage to check the rest of the bags, and I'm just gonna go ahead and board the flight so I can get to my destination, and then the dude who's staying with the bags can just go ahead and check all the bags until and do all the thing, catch your next flight. Chop. So the flight is pushing back, and I guess first of all, when the door is closed, because I work for the airlines, once the door is closed, you're not permitted to use any electronic devices during that time. Once boarding is complete and the door is closed, all electronic devices needs to be in airplane mode or turned off. So your ass shouldn't have answered your phone anyway or be talking on the phone while the plane is taxiing to hit the runway. So the dude that he left with the other umpteen bags, whatever, how much bags he had, called and said, hey, it's gonna be like $6,000 to check all our bags. And he's like, what do you mean it's gonna be $6,000 to check our bags? He was like, oh, gonna tell, I don't know, maybe the flight attendant to tell them to turn the plane around. First of all, I don't know what captain this was, because if it was some other captain, they were not gonna turn this plane around. They would have gone about their business, and Jason Derulo would have been met by the police or officials from American Airlines once he get to his destination. So he's like, to turn the plane around and some shit like that. He said, they can't charge him 6 grand. And they were like, can we resolve this issue once you get to where you get to? He was like, yeah, we can resolve this issue without charging me 6 grand. It's that simple. I'm like, these celebrities act so privileged and be so rude. So to make situation worse, once the plane got back to the to the jet bridge and to the terminal, guess who was waiting for his ass? Cops. Because when you make a scene on the aircraft, we call the police. The police comes and find out what's going on, and guess what happened? He said, as we are getting off the plane, the pilot comes and tries to make a scene. Yeah, because he needs to make a scene because your ass is now delaying all these passengers on this aircraft who's going about their business, has meetings, connections, other stuff to do because your ass want to get to the airport late to check all these damn bags. So he was like, "Oh, you don't have to talk to me like your son," and blah blah blah. And obviously, maybe a little scuffle, back and forth happened, but the cops handle it obviously. But anyway, Jason Derulo gonna say it was 100% racial because it, they thought there were some hoodlums or whatever, and they were causing problems. So he obviously, because of the celebrity is and how they love to act at their privilege, he went on an old spasm on social media saying that what he said, American Airlines, thought this and thought about him, and if he wasn't who he was, these cops would have had him in handcuffs or whatever, blah blah blah. And he's trying to get the pilot or the captain fired because he was racially profiled. I'm like, sit your ass down, you old privileged extra ass. I'm like, I can't be bothered with these celebrities who gets on aircraft and then act up, and then when the cops meet them, they want to throw it in the whole show, racially profile and all this stuff. I'm like, don't do that. Don't cause a scene. You're not delaying other people from getting where they gotta go because your ass want to be extra. Next time, I'm sure you will learn your lesson. Get at the airport with way more than enough time. They said an hour before departure for domestic and sometimes 2 hours for international. Get your ass there the time that they require. Don't talk about you're running a little behind. Run a little behind. Where's your manager and peoples to make sure that you're at the airport on time to check your bags, saying that you do this so often? Anyway, American Airlines issued a statement, obviously, because they make sure that if everything was good and covered. They said Flight 275's returned to the gate prior to departure as a passenger elected the deplane in order to travel with his or their bags. Sorry, the passenger has been rebooked with his check bags on a later flight this evening. There was no charges filed for the incident, and now the case is closed. Jason Derulo, lesson. I'm hoping you learn your damn lesson and stop acting like you're some privileged bitch. Now I want y'all to watch this video that TMZ captured while he got off the aircraft and was in the airport talking about how the people treated him, and if he wasn't who he was, how he would have been treated. Check this out.
And then they start doing this whispering shit. They find out who I am, the whole gear changes, and it's all relaxed, and it's all cool. And now we're chilling. Now we're chilling in the lounge at American Airlines, like everything is good. But it's not good, because if I was not who I was, if I wasn't Jason Derulo, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in fucking cuffs. It's 100% racial, because the initial thought in people's minds is that these hoodlums, they're causing problems.
So there you have it in Jason Derulo's own words and video. As you can see, he said based on his experience or whatever, he thought that that's how he was going to be handled as hoodlums or being racially profiled. Anyway, that's his own personal feelings. We can't, tell him how he should feel or whatever, but I just know that when you act up on the aircraft, you are putting other people in a jam. Like, come on now. You don't appreciate the fact that people, not you're the only, if that's the case, you fly private then. Don't hold up the other passengers from getting where they have to go because you want to cause a scene because you got to the airport late. Plain and simple. You got to the airport late and then you want to cause a scene when you are told that, you got to pay for your bags. You should just handle the situation, and when you get to your destination, then you speak with a manager at American Airlines at that airport and resolve the issue. Poor choice or poor judgment. But you know what? That's all they at these celebrities, and then they throw the racial card out there. Anyway, just being jerk, Jason Derulo, just being a damn jerk. I don't care. Let me all know. Y'all sound off and let me all know. Based on what you just heard, based on just what you've seen, and based on what you've heard so far in the media, do you think Jason Derulo was being racially profiled, or was treated as whatever until they knew who he was? Because obviously you're so much of a big celebrity that everybody needs to know who the hell you are. Anyway, sound off in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on my video, and don't forget to subscribe also to my channel here on YouTube, Rastaboy TV. Don't forget also to add your boy on social media, Real Island Boy on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram, all of them same time. Y'all be safe out there. I'm out. Peace.